Well, hello. Do you know who is who?
Too bad I didn't
Uh,
send you a mandala ahead of time. Then we could really
I
frequent.
know. I didn't think about that. So, okay, these got to come off. They're bothering me. Hi, everybody. I got me a pair of gloves so Juno and I can match. We're gonna
That's
have to work
fun.
on. I'm going to take a picture of just the gloves, of just me and the gloves, so that I can put it up on the promo thing.
That's fun. Thanks, Sherry. It's nice to have, welcome to the Bony Club, I guess. What do we call it? The Skelly Club?
The what?
The Skelly Club or the Bony
Well, the
Club.
Skelly Club. Yeah, that'll work. The Skelly Club.
Skelly Club?
Yeah, no, that works for me.
It's fun.
But
Well, I don't know if people might think I'm kind of strange because why the skeleton fingers? But for those who
oh
don't
my
know, it's
goodness,
because with the healing arts that I practice with Jitsu, it helps to
she's
demonstrate.
wasting away to nothing. She's nothing left but
Yeah,
bones.
don't I wish? It's like, do these gloves make my ass look big?
Hi, Starfish. Hi, Plucky. Hi, Janet. Oh my goodness.
I cursed. I'm sorry. I couldn't resist.
We got several folks here already,
Everybody.
and
And hey, I just crossed the 500 mark. Before I came on, I had 501 subscribers, and I'm so excited, and I'm grateful to every single person who's subscribed to my channel. And hey, everybody. And I can't see the chat yet, so I'm depending on
right.
Sherry.
That's why I'm just trying to stick them up here so you can see who's
Yeah.
who's
Thank you.
saying hello.
Thank you
Hi,
so much.
Lori,
Hey, Lori.
and let's see, and Starhawk is here, and cool. So we got us a few. Those of you that popped in a little late, you missed it. I had my gloves too. You'll have to watch the
You have
very
to watch
beginning
it
after the
again.
show. I
So
just
where
got a
you
set of
and I were,
gloves like Juno's here.
yeah. So you and I we're like within a week of each other. Hey, Pierrette, of having it's a big time for us. Between this was a big hurdle for me, and you're gonna do your channel anniversary, right?
That's it. Y'all kind of be along the first to know. I've mentioned it on a couple of other shows this past week, but the 28th, I think, is the actual anniversary date of me starting my show. Yeah, August 28th. But I'm going to do a show next Sunday night. Um, just a party. We're just going to have a party. Emails are going to go out, and everything, and promos are going to go out. And we'll just, anybody that wants to pop in for a few minutes and say hello, whether if they're a reader or just a chatter, I'm going to put the link in the chat as well. So if any brave souls are out there and they want to hop in, they can hop in and say hey. And I got some goodies for giveaways. So we're going to be doing giveaways. So you must be present to win because it takes your name out of the chat. And but I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be exciting. And
Exciting.
let's see. Lucky and Beverly is here. Hi, Beverly. And Lady Silver is here.
Oh, we're just getting warmed
And
up, Lady Silver. No worries.
oh yeah, we started a couple of minutes late because I wasn't paying attention, and so we're just getting going. And like those of you who popped in late didn't see, I have my I finally got my gloves. So we started the show out with both of us wearing the gloves, and but I think I got children's size gloves because they're really tight and my hands
Yeah,
aren't that big. I mean,
that was why I looked when I bought these. Like these are a man could wear these. These are not tight on me.
I
They're
should probably send you the set I have. They probably fit you
yeah,
better. Oh my goodness.
they're fun though.
So, and Juno went over the 500 mark. Yay! So her channel is growing, and she's got her new computer, and is learning how to do everything with it. So,
And now that
um,
I've got over the 500 mark, all I have to do is make 8 short videos, and then I can start a membership for my channel. And I'm planning to do a relaunch on my channel in October. And last year in October, I did, not every day, but several times a week, I did a new video about superstitions, kind of things related to Halloween and stuff. And this year I've got a new series. I'm not going to tell you what it is yet, but I'm working really hard, and I'm upgrading. I'm going to be having audio and video, like moving pictures. And so I'm, creating some new stuff, and I'm going to start a membership. So if people are interested, so some of the more
there you go.
labor
Well, I'm
intensive
going to be,
videos, educational videos, it'll be low price. It's not going to be anything expensive, but
right,
anything to help.
exactly.
I'm under the gun I'm being pressured to sell my car to pay off this. It's not good right now. Um, so if anybody out there, if I think Sherry's got the link, and you can go to my community page. I'm doing a GoFundMe to.
Yes. Did I forget to put it
I'm
in
not
the
sure.
thing
I
of
have, but
description box? Wait, let me look real quick because I've got the channel pulled up
but I'm in
on the
dire
other
straits.
computer. No,
If you
okay. The GoFundMe is in the chat box below, in the
Awesome.
description box. So y'all can just scroll down there and click on the link, and that'll bring you to Juno's GoFundMe so that you can contribute. And then once she gets herself finished setting up and gets going, we're gonna like alternate channels. That
Yeah,
way we
yeah.
can each
That'll be
take
down the
turns
road a
being the
bit.
host.
Yeah,
And
it's coming.
hi Fatima, nice to see you. And
Say some prayers for us, Fatima, when you go to church, please.
absolutely.
I know I could use it.
We have a wildfire in Louisiana of all places. So
I
yeah,
know.
we definitely
And then
need
you
some
had that
prayers down
refinery
here.
fire too yesterday, I saw.
Yes, yes, we have both. They interviewed someone in the sheriff's department who was like, I've never seen a wildfire here before. I'm
Well,
sitting there
even the
thinking,
ones in Canada,
me
like that.
either. Yeah, I mean, it's just kind of funny but that's how hot and dry it's been. We've not had rain for over a month.
Yeah.
Um, and which is unheard of, especially this time of year. And the temperatures have been, now this is just the actual temperature. This is before the heat index is calculated into it, which gives you humidity levels. We've been triple digits for coming up on 30 days every
I know.
day.
Yeah, I know what that's like. That's hard on the
We,
body.
I mean, that's what you expect in Nevada or
Or
Arizona,
here. Yeah.
right? I mean, Southern California, and New
And you have the
Mexico,
humidity.
places
The
like that,
humidity is huge. A huge
West
difference.
Texas. I mean, yeah, I mean, you're expecting that kind of heat, but we've had triple digit heat.
Hmm.
And yesterday and today, just the temperature was between 105 and 111. And that was just the temperature. That doesn't count the heat
The heat
index,
index.
which bumps us up to 115 to 120
What does it get
because we're
down to at
talking.
night? Does it cool off at all?
Oh no, it
Yeah.
it might get down into the 90s, and it
Yeah.
feels relief, but
That's where the really hard part is on your body, because your body doesn't get to cool down, in between. I
oh, and
mean,
you have
not
to be
that the other
careful.
isn't hard, but if you don't get that cooling down at night, it's really, really hard. Even if you're in air conditioning, if outdoors it's that hot, it's
Absolutely.
you have
Hi,
my sympathy.
Constance. Hi, Odelia. I met her for the first time yesterday. She showed up.
Oh, nice.
She's
Welcome.
Fatima's sister. She and Fatima are sisters. So,
Oh, I love it. Beautiful names.
yeah, I was like, oh, that's awesome. So,
Welcome to the show.
and welcome, welcome, y'all. And also next week, I will be, I've got some new stuff rolling out in September as I prep them. One is going to be a membership, and drum roll, da, 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 the other is a Patreon page.
Oh, good
I've
for you.
got the Patreon page, it's just not published yet because I don't have anything on it because I don't know what to do with it yet. I got to read up on it, find out how you
Well,
how
I
you
then I
do
could
it.
pick your brain, because I want to do one too.
And so I'm learning it. I'm figuring out what to do and how to
Mhm.
do it. I'll probably have to bug Aiden to help.
Well, we'll work
But
on it together. I'll help. I'll, if I
yeah,
have.
I mean, I got a couple of people. It's like, okay, Miss Tarot D has been a
Uh-huh.
huge help. She and I got on the phone the other day for like an hour, just talking different concepts and ideas that I had and how
Excellent.
do I implement, and that kind of falls into a category of what she does in her real life. And so she was able to kind of give me some ideas of, well, you can go this way or you can go that way, or you want
Right.
to
It
implement
really
this or
helps to get some
that.
guidance
So
and to bounce your ideas off somebody.
it makes a huge difference when you've got someone, especially someone that knows something about it, that you can bounce your ideas off of and say, I'm thinking of doing XYZ. How do I
Right.
implement that?
Right.
How do I make that
Exactly.
come to fruition? So I'm
Exactly.
trying to read up on the Patreon things so I can kind of roll it out. I figure um, I'm just going to do the membership on YouTube. I'll probably stick to like the dollar level, so anybody and everybody can afford it. Um,
Mhm.
and then the Patreon will be a few dollars more, but not much. And the biggest thing is trying to figure out what I can offer extra for people that actually
Right.
pay for that membership or that Patreon,
Right.
and what I actually have enough time to
Right.
do
Under
to
promise and over
offer.
deliver.
Right. I don't want to say, oh, we're going to do this, 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 and this, and then 2 months in and I haven't been able to do but one item,
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
want to be
Pace
doing,
yourself. Start out with and see,
yeah, I'm
get
going to start
master
out
one
very
level of it.
basic and then just kind of go from there and see how it goes.
Right.
I've got my son helping me with it. So, hi, Teresa. Um, Teresa
And
just
like
popped in and said hello.
I hadn't done videos, made any videos in quite a long time. And yeah.
Yes, she has a real life and he's very handsome. And I tease her. I said, well, you're just as handsome as yourself as you are as Mr. OD. I like to tease him. Um, but so that's what's coming up for me. And then Juno, like she was saying, she's got all this exciting stuff coming up. And the link to her GoFundMe is in the chat below.
And
So
I'm
in
also
the
available to do
description box
private
below.
readings too. You can
And
email me and I can do, and we can do a variety of different kinds of private readings. Or if you would like to talk about some Jinshin Jyutsu self help, I can give you some guidance there. Or you want to talk crystals, or, you know, I
there
kind
you
of got
go. There you
what
go.
do they, a big menu to select from. I'll put it that way that we can. And I did
Exactly.
with Priscilla the other day from the Crone Zone. I did her 100 years of tarot, and then you go through these 9 year cycles in your life where it's certain major arcana cards just repeat over and over for pretty much most of your life. For most people, there's a few places where it
Yeah.
changes, depends on the numbers, but it was
Where did
really
I put it?
interesting to delve deeper into that and to get the validation from her that she felt that it lined right up. Same with the destiny card reading. I've been getting a lot of really great feedback from the reports that
Oh,
I've done.
people love
Anybody who
that.
donates to my page or to my to my GoFundMe, or if you donate through the link on my channel, you get a free yearly destiny card reading that I will email to you.
And it is
And if
well worth
anybody
it. It's
has
very
donated
detailed.
a thing, yeah,
And
it's fun. It takes a while. It's a lot to you get a lot. It's juicy. But if I have missed anybody, I've tried to, send the thank yous to everybody and make sure I send everybody an email to let them know if you just want to contact me, if you want to have a reading. If I've missed you, please email me at junocs@gmail. So, because I'm doing my best, sometimes it gets a little confusing to keep up with everything. And sometimes
that's
I've
it.
also
That
found
all
that
that
the messages
information for
don't go
Juno
out.
is in the description box below. So
Yeah, thank you. But sometimes you don't know that sometimes the messages you think are sent aren't received on the other end. You know how that goes. It's
yeah,
emails or
yeah.
whatever. So I'm just letting people know that I'm doing my best to stay on top of it. So if I've missed anybody, please contact me.
Oh, absolutely.
because I want to at
If
least thank you. If
somebody's contacted me for a reading and I didn't respond, it may have gone into my spam and I missed it.
exactly,
If
exactly.
you don't hear back from me within a week, email me again and say, "Hey, I emailed you a week ago. What happened?"
Right, right.
Um,
And I'm just learning all, this is a whole learning curve of learning how even all these different, like how GoFundMe works and how Square Up works and all these things. So
yeah,
please don't take it personal if I've missed anybody. I deeply appreciate everybody's support. It means a lot. And I'm so grateful you guys are here today too. And thanks to
absolutely. I
Sherry for
love that y'all
having me.
can spend your Sunday afternoons with us. Speaking of Miss Tarot D, though, she put up on her page, she did a little video on it, and then she posted in her community tab. She has a thing here that's called um, the new birthday spread. It's like a
Oh,
spread you can do on yourself or for others for your
cool.
birthday. And the very first thing is the major arcana new birth year. And she said, of course, the first thing people ask is, well, how do you know what major arcana to pick? Well, there's a formula for that.
Right.
And it tells you how to calculate to find out what major arcana card you need to get. That's yours, that fits your
Right.
birthday.
That's how I do the
Um,
100 years of tarot. It starts with that. It's the same.
right. It's based on your birthday. So it doesn't really
Exactly.
change because your birthday is your birthday. You don't change your
Yeah.
birthday.
Yeah. And my card was
So
the was 8, which in some decks is the strength card and in some decks it's the justice card. But after reading them both, I resonate more with what the strength card said. So that's the one that I've gone with. But um
right, right,
it's
right.
really interesting when you start like, and then that's another thing is for me in 100 years of my life, I get the death card 11 times, 11 times in 100 years. Most people don't even get it once. And
Wow.
of all the readings I've done for people, and I've done quite a few so far, like the numbers. I haven't had a chance to like flesh out the readings with them personally, but looking at the numbers and the cards, I think one other person had more than 5, but most people have none. So, but that's about transformation. So it's like that's why I've gone through. That's why I'm where I'm at right, now because I've gone through all these. Every 9 years, I'm going through another transformation. Thank you, Janet. Appreciate
Thank
that.
you
Thank
very
you to
much,
everybody.
Janet.
So that's
Um,
another thing that I can offer too. If anybody's interested in learning more about your life path from that angle, we can do that.
exactly. And I do just regular readings, tarot
Hmm.
and or oracle
Hmm.
or a combination of both. I do simple little 15-minute one question readings. You can send me your question. You just email me and I'll let you know. Like trying to, I don't charge very much. Basically, it's just enough to cover the cost of running everything. Is
Right.
basically what I'm doing.
Well, you do great readings, and
And
own it. It's a
but I
gift
do
and it's a
30-minute
service for
readings
people.
and hour readings, and the more involved you want to get, you know the and the price is always negotiable in my mind. If you really need a reading and you just don't have the money,
Right.
just get in touch with me and we'll work something out.
Right.
Barter or trade or whatever. Um,
Same
I
here.
mean,
Yeah, we
don't
work
let that
things out.
stop you.
We work things
Don't let
out.
that stop you because my goal is to help y'all. And the only reason why I ask for money is just so I can
Yeah, it costs
run
money to
everything.
do this.
That's
Not
what pays for the
not to
StreamYard.
mention the
That's what
time.
pays for Canva. That's what
Yeah.
all that stuff costs money. So and I mean I sock a little away every month, to kind of cover the cost, and then I pay for it by the year, so it's cheaper than if
But
I
it's
pay for it by the
expensive.
month.
It's a
But it's still, yeah,
and
it's
the
still
prices don't go down. Yeah, I just had to pay
that's
my
it.
Canva
So
bill. There goes $120 for the year, and then yeah.
right, and that's just for the basic service. That doesn't
No, that's
even.
the pro. That's the pro.
Oh,
That
that's the
includes
pro. I
yeah,
don't remember. I
yeah.
just
That's
know it
the
was like around a hundred
but
bucks. So
because I use I mean it's not a frivolous thing for me. It's something I really use.
right,
Um,
right. I mean, I
and
went with just the free versions for the
yeah,
first year and a half simply because A, I couldn't afford it, and B, I didn't
And
really
I would
need to use
I
it
would like to
anything that.
mention that I remember this, that when I was looking at Canva, what I did was I looked on YouTube to see videos about Canva before I signed up with it. And there was a girl, and I'll have to see if I can find it, but she did videos about Canva, and then she had a special link where you got like an extra 15 or 30 days free. You know, you get like a 30-day free trial, and you got extra time with her if you just put her link in. So that's something else to look for if you guys are out there doing your own channels and looking to create content. There's ways to save
Absolutely.
even more money, you know.
Oh, I'm operating on two different machines here.
So I
Let me
pulled
get
out a
the
deck
keyboard.
I haven't used yet, or I mean, I used to play around with it a couple years ago, but this is the Nightmare Before Christmas deck. I thought, with Halloween's on the way, and I'm going to enjoy every bit of it that I can. So if anybody wants a reading with this deck, uh, I'll have to refer to the book, but it'll be fun. We can learn together. Yeah, they're cool cards. They're kind of like Tim Burton-y. I don't know if you guys like. They're fun
Okay, and
cards.
something I meant to do earlier and I just forgot to do it. Forgive me.
Let's see what we
But now
got.
it's done. Is I've got it pinned in the blue box at the top of the chat. So the
Oh,
GoFundMe
thanks,
is also
Bonnie.
pinned up there.
I really
And
appreciate that, Sherry. I really, really
oh,
do.
you're welcome. Look, I mean, we're all in this together. We're all working together to do this. And
Mutual
I mean,
edification. We all raise each other up and help each other, and um, that's what I love about this
exactly. If it
community.
hadn't have been for Cartomancy Mesquite, I may not have ever bought a tarot deck.
Yeah, I
And
know what you
going
mean.
forward with that, she was the one that about a month after I finally started chatting in the chat rooms, she messaged me one evening and said, "Send me your address." And I went, "Why do you need my address?" She says, "Because I'm sending you a deck of cards. You're a
Nice.
reader and you need to start reading."
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Okay, if you say so." And she sent me two decks of cards. And I still use them. I still have them.
Yeah.
And so,
That's awesome.
but if it hadn't been for that, it may have been another year before I ever even picked up a deck, because I would watch and think I can't do that, and
Yeah. Yeah, but
once
when
you get the cards in your hands, you realize actually, yeah, I can do that. So,
they're for me, they're like my best. They're like friends. They're like playmates. And whenever I'm having a bad day or I'm struggling or feeling, sometimes you just feel out of sorts, or your vibration drops or something. And if I will listen to spirit and go grab a deck, whatever it is, and just sit down and spend some time with the cards, I always feel better. It's like I went to a therapy session. And if you don't get your answer in the first couple cards, grab another deck or keep going. It's just amazing the shift that it makes, at least for me.
now there we go. I made the correction. I meant to do this the other day and I forgot.
Oh, thank
And
you. That's a huge help. Thank you so much. Even for
you're
the
more
people
than
that watch
welcome.
later, then they can see it.
Oh, absolutely. Okay.
And I'm also creating some special artwork that I'm going to be offering for raffle. Um, so I have to figure out how all that's going to work. So stay posted for that. I'm going to start being much more active on my community page. So I'll keep everybody posted on what's going on. It's like a full-time job to do this, and to do it to that level, to keep everybody, it takes a lot.
Oh,
Thank you.
exactly. And if you've never asked for a destiny card reading before, you just need to put in your birth month and your birthday. Like if you were born June 3rd, that's all you would put. We don't need a year. You don't have to tell on yourself for how old or young you are. Um, and it doesn't change. Once you get your destiny card read, it always stays the same because your birthday is your birthday. That's just the way it is. But so if you want a destiny card reading, just say so and put your birth month and birthday in to the chat, and then Juno will give you that, and then I'll pull an oracle card for you. And or if you just have a question or just want an oracle reading, a card reading, we do that too, happily. So
Yep. I've got some different decks here, and if you want the Nightmare Before Christmas deck, I've got that. I've been shuffling, but I've also got the Influence of the Angels, and I've got an Animal deck, and I've got the Akashic Tarot deck. So,
Lady Silver has a question for you. When are you starting your Reiki or
well,
energy
that's what I'm
classes?
working on. I've got to learn I downloaded it's called DaVinci Resolve. It's a really good, like high level free video editing. So I have to
I've
learn
had
that. But then when I went to I downloaded it to my computer. But when I went to open it, there's something's missing on a graphic card. So I have to get in touch with the guy that built the computer. It's probably something I gotta, some little thing I gotta
either
do.
that or it's just a program that you have to download. I don't remember.
Exactly.
My
Exactly.
son hooked me up with DaVinci 2 years ago.
Yeah.
I still can't do any editing on it. I get confused. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, the buttons aren't labeled, so I don't know what it is I'm clicking on.
Yeah, it takes time, just like
I
Canva.
had to
Like
do a
I had
little
to get back
edit.
into remembering how to do Canva videos again, and now I'm having fun listening to all the different because I spent like 4 days just trying to find an audio intro that represents me. That's my little thing. That's different enough and stands out.
Exactly.
So I finally got that figured out, and then some other music. Like there's just so much, so I'm working on it. Thank you for asking, though. I appreciate that, and I figure October I'm going to focus on all Halloween kind of stuff. That's what my
There you
videos will be
go.
about, and then then I'll get into the preparing to do some classes and stuff. But
Yeah. Well, and I think I'm going to do another Halloween party again this year, like I
fun.
did last year. Dream Detective Kate had bugged me last year, said, let's do a Halloween show. And I'm like, okay. And
Definitely.
this year I actually have costumes. So
Oh,
it's like,
great.
okay, I'm ready to do it this year. I've got the wig, I've got the other stuff, I've got the costume, well, part of the costume. Um, so I'm looking forward to that. So it's like, yeah, we'll have fun. Um,
So I was going to also tell people, like, if everybody here has pretty much gone through the gamut, we all know what our destiny card is. I just found some new stuff that I lost track of this page, but it tells what your karma card is. So we won't go into a whole long reading about it, but you'll have usually it's one or two cards, so we can, if you know what if you even if you forgot what it is, just put your birth date in, and I'll tell you what your karma cards are. And we can give if you guys want to play around with that today or
oh,
going
cool.
forward, not just today.
Yeah. And the karma card, you need the whole birthday, the month, day, and
No,
year.
no, no, same thing. Just
Oh,
month and day,
same
not
thing.
the year.
Okay. Just the month and day. Okay,
So
cool.
I'm reading what
Um,
Plucky Heroine says, and right away, I know I repeat this a lot, but this is a go-to thing to help you with this. To do Jinshin Jitsu, jumper cable yourself, help yourself. Cross your hands and hold the insides of your knees, and you can just palm it, or you can use your fingertips to find where there's a tender spot, and it's like a bullseye where the energy is stuck. Either way will work, and if that's hard to reach, you can go like a third of the way up your inner thigh and hold there. If you can only do one hand at a time, that works too. It just takes a little longer for the energy to flow. And a really comfortable way to do this is to lay in bed on your side, kind of like in a semi-fetal position, and hold there. But that's the prime mover. If you're feeling stuck and you want some momentum and get things going, let me tell you, that'll do it. Even, an
yeah.
hour a day is optimal, and you can break it down like 10 minutes at a time or 20, or when you're watching TV or when you're laying there going to sleep, just get in that
Yeah.
habit. But some is better than none. You don't have to do an hour a day for it to benefit you. Okay.
Exactly. I mean,
Commercial's
there's
over,
little
but
things that I've learned off of what you've taught me that's really helped a lot with little
has it?
things. So it
Oh,
has, yeah.
awesome.
Especially with headaches.
Yep.
Because I suffer with migraines.
Yep.
Now I haven't been able to get a migraine to go away, but a minor headache, I can pretty much now make it go away fairly quickly so that it
Yep.
doesn't turn into a
The thing
migraine.
is to get on it before it gets a hold, and that move I just talked about, the holding the ones, the prime mover, that's good for headaches. It's good for if you're nauseous. It's good for all. It's like good for everything. That's the prime mover. That's the beginning. That's safety energy lock one. So, and that's connected to the magician. So,
Oh, very good.
think about what the magician does, brings in that energy from above and below, connects heaven and earth and
All
good
right.
thing.
Well, we got 5 people already signed up here.
Okay, what do they want?
So,
What would they?
first one was Beverly with a question. I think she meant love, not live.
Yeah.
When will love come back into my life?
Well, that's an Akashic Tarot question, I think. And I also have some timing cards.
I
Let's
actually
see
got a
what we
little
get.
table on the side set up now
Well,
so I
and
can
the
actually
thing is,
shuffle the cards and not be on top of my keyboard.
I would also suggest to Beverly to reword your question, because there's always love in your life, and loving yourself is really important. I know you mean like having a love life, but think about wording that in a more positive way to bring a more positive outcome.
Here you go.
And, you know, I know for me, it took me a while to be okay with like just being alone and like, oh, it's okay. Everybody's got their path. But there's lots of love in this community to share too.
And y'all don't forget we've got a full blue supermoon
Yeah.
this coming Wednesday. It's supposed to be like all the bells and whistles are going off. It's very, very, very powerful from what several people have said. I'm learning about that stuff, so I don't know that much about all of it. But from what I understand, now is the time to get your crystals and your cards and whatever else that you need to charge up to get it out into the moonlight Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
um this Wednesday's a full moon, and you don't have to necessarily set it outside. I mean, some people live places where if they set it outside it would gain little legs and walk away in the middle of the night. So all right, I'm gonna find this here. I pulled and I can't find the just the waxing. Okay. Because I'm part of the Hay House deck of the month club, they call it, but it's every third month you get a box with 2 to 3 decks of cards. 2 of them are usually brand new. They haven't even been released to the public yet, and so you kind of get them a little early. And I'll be doing some flip throughs on those because I just got mine in um, Thursday or Friday they came in. And I'm just waiting for Wednesday night so I can set them out and charge them and cleanse them and get them
Yeah.
rared up and ready to go. So, um, you want to go first? Or you want me to go first?
Either way, what would you
Eeny,
like?
meeny, miny, mo. Go ahead.
Okay. Well, from the for Beverly, from the Akashic Tarot, I pulled the Six of Keys, and it's interesting because it says the increscent moon, which is kind of a different. Sorry, guys. This is upside down and backwards for me.
Yeah.
You think you could handle it, but I'm getting there. Anyway, it says there's a man here sculpting a bust with a large window that overlooks rolling hills and a harbor city. The moon points left, growing to full, which is called an increscent moon. It's increasing. A waxing moon shows exciting time of increase. Waxing also means that it's increasing because people don't sometimes know about what the difference between waxing and waning. So it's time of increase. Even the stars have aligned. If finances have been tight lately, relax. Great opportunity for increase and fulfillment in every way, financially, creatively, and reputation and prestige. So do your work and get ready to receive. So that sounds like there's a guy there. Maybe he's an artist or a sculptor, or you know what I mean? It's somebody who's got some sort of a hobby. And I would say because he's got his window open with the moon there, maybe he is spiritual and he's looked at the stars, a little more open minded.
Yeah, it
And
looks
then,
like he's got a hammer and chisel in his hand, so he's
yeah, he's
probably a
sculpting.
sculptor.
Yeah. And he's got a bust there too. And then I pulled from the timing cards, and take this with a grain of salt, but it said October. Now, I will give you this caveat that I had a very dear friend of me a number of years ago, like 4 years ago now, I guess, do a tarot reading for me. And she said at the beginning of the year, my life was going to change. I was going to live in a totally different place. Like everything she told me came true, but not till a year later. The time frame was right. The year was off. So I would say, if it might be this October. So I would keep your eyes open, but don't be disappointed if it isn't, because maybe it'll be by next October. So I don't know.
Okay, and
I thought
I
it's
pulled.
interesting how those kind of go together.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
With the full moon, we were just talking about the full moon coming up and super moon
Yeah,
and all that. So I would say that's a sign to charge your energy. Put your intentions out there. There's enough places online or people you can ask. I don't know off the top of my head. I know what it is, but I don't have that plugged in. But like, what you can do to draw that in, like how can you increase your chances for that? I know
there are.
new moon is about new things. Full moon is more
Yeah,
letting go. But
right. There are all kinds of suggestions on how to do
mm-hmm,
a full moon and or new moon ritual on
mm-hmm,
Pinterest.
mm-hmm.
Um, you can go to my Pinterest page, and I mean I've got
Oh, there
all
you go.
kinds of stuff that's loaded up on there.
There you go.
Um, so and I know that for the full moon is when you're letting go, so that's when you're wanting to release all the negativity, all the things that are holding you back.
Yeah, then you
You want
make
to let
room for
that
the new
go,
stuff to come in. Let go of the
right?
old
And
stuff
make
and
room for the new. And and then you want to make sure you put your crystals and your cards and all that kind of stuff out so that they can get charged by the moon. Get you a jug of water and set your water out on the patio or something and let it get charged by the moon.
yeah,
And if you live somewhere where it's not safe to put something outside, put it in a windowsill in your
exactly.
house.
Yeah, I
You
do that
know,
too.
I do that a lot of times. And before I had rearranged my space, I would put things on the windowsill.
Yeah,
But
I do too.
now I can't really get to the windowsill, and I'm getting ready to rearrange everything again because with all this new stuff coming up, I'm going to need a
Yeah,
more defined space
yeah,
for
I hear
filming
you.
and whatnot. And I'm still not going to have access to the windowsills. So okay, so I pulled for you, Beverly. It says the waxing moon. The energy is gaining momentum.
You're just like my card, waxing moon.
Exactly. And what it says is during the waxing moon cycle, hope springs eternal. This card is a very positive omen, indicating that you can create the reality you're dreaming of, though it will take some work and you're not quite there yet. So don't give up. Um, this is a time of energies rising up, emotions are building. Um, where do you want it to go? Um, do you believe that you can get there? Very vital point. Can you close your eyes and actually see yourself with this person for the kind of relationship that you're wanting? If you can't envision it, then how is the universe going to bring it to you? You're not telling them what you want, just a generic, I want someone in my love life. Well, you better be more specific than that because you may not like who they send your way if you're not more specific about it. So,
Yeah, and when you write it down or even think it, don't say I don't want him to be like this or I don't want him to be like that, because you're asking for what you don't want. Just put down the
right.
most positive, conscious
I
language.
want someone loving and caring. I want
Yeah,
someone who's funny. I want someone intelligent. I want
I
someone.
want somebody who picks up their dirty laundry after that. I want somebody who
Thank
will do
you.
dishes
Yeah.
now and then. You know what I mean? Like, don't just
I
be
want
all
someone
airy
who will
fairy.
rinse their dishes after they're done and set
Yeah,
them in the
yeah.
sink
Think
or in the
about.
dishwasher.
Sorry, guys. I'm
It's
just.
silly little things like that that
Yeah.
I have
The
seen
universe is
destroy
literal.
marriages.
Yeah.
And but okay.
So good luck. You
So
have to let us
Beverly,
know, Beverly, how that works out. And that would go. We said a guy because a guy showed up in the card, but I'm not making any. Whatever, however, love comes to you is wonderful.
and hi Lisa. I
Hey,
just wanted to
Lisa.
stick you up there real quick so Juno would know you're here. And because she can't see the chat. So um I tend to stick more things up there now that I remember to do it. Half
Oh,
the
it's
time I forget.
work in progress.
Okay.
Oh,
Correct.
sure.
Would love a reading with the Halloween cards.
Okay, Rat.
Ooh. All righty.
That's that deck I have. I think she means.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I don't I have a new Halloween card deck that I just got, but I haven't cleansed them yet. So I don't like to use them until I've had time to kind of cleanse them and charge them up with energy. But I do have this deck, Oracle
Oh, I like
Shadows and
that.
Light, and it's really a cool deck. I like to use it when I do political readings.
Just think of all the amazing artists, that
I
design all
find it
these
very
cards.
accurate. Um, Juno, if you're ready, my dear, you go. I'm
I'm
shuffling
not
away.
yet.
Oh, okay.
I'm still doing. And I'm not.
No,
I have
that's
to.
why we
Sorry.
I was telling them to just pardon us while we shuffle.
Well, it's a process, and that shows the intent that we put into it. The way I look at it, we
Oh,
take it seriously.
wow.
What you get?
Let's see. I want to double check. I haven't done this one a lot, so I don't really know what all they. Okay, and
How many cards are you pulling, Sherry?
I just pulled two.
Okay, I'll do that too.
But if you want to do three, you can, or just
No,
one.
it's okay because we don't want to keep people too long.
All right. Well, the first thing I pulled is Ghost of the Past. The past returns for a time. And what it says is that um, old friends, boyfriends, crushes, places, situation, fill in the blank, come up to remind you of either how far you've come or that there's still work to be done in areas you thought were long settled. So, this is just a little reminder that there's still stuff that you're working on, or there may still be stuff that you're working on, but it's just the ability to bring to mind kind of where you were to where you are now. Um, Sometimes we can feel stuck, and it's not until we kind of sit back and take stock of what's happening in our life right now that can make a really big difference, because then you can go, oh, wow, I actually accomplished A, B, C, D, but I still need to work on E. Okay, now I know what to focus on. That kind of thing. Um, and then the other card I pulled is called Three Witchy Sisters, The
I love this
Power of
card.
Three. And it says something that has just happened will happen twice, then three times. Something that has already happened twice will happen one more time. And something that has happened three times is now complete, finished. Farewelled finally by the three who are in charge of these strands of fate that repeat in threes till the lesson is learned.
I
So
love
you
the way
have
they put
ghosts
that.
of
That's
the
awesome.
past reminding you to take stock and think about where you started and where you are now, followed by the power of three. What has happened? How many times has it happened? So that you kind of know, is it done with? Or do I still need to keep working because it's going to happen one more time or two more times? Anyway, I really like that. I always forget to take it out.
I felt like she was right at the end there, like she's gonna have. I see that like her and two sisters, and I say sisters as you know, we're all a lot of different ways to be a sister, not just a blood sister. You know, like uh, having that support system there. That she's not alone. I for Perette, I shuffled in because I hadn't done these in a while, so I pulled a card, and then I said, "Well, I'm gonna pull. I'm not sure if that's the right card. You know how you do sometimes." And then you shuffle them again, and you cut them in three piles, and the same card comes up. So we got to go with what it says. There's a
Yeah.
reason why it showed up, right? And it is the keep in mind this is the Nightmare Before Christmas deck. So the suits are different. You know. Cups and all that. So this is the Seven of Needles. It represents, it's just needles, like sewing needles. It represents sneaky behavior. You may need to play your cards close to your chest if you're trying to solve a problem. Think outside the box. Sometimes the obvious conventional path isn't the one that will take you where you want to go. And of course, me being somebody who embroiders and does needlework and stuff, I look at that and say, well, this also might be somebody, this just might be literally somebody who, does that kind of work. And also could be finding a needle in a haystack.
That's
There's a
it.
lot of ways to look at this card and how these are, crossed over each other. So you may pull up some other symbolism for yourself from that. But, not a
I feel
bad
like
card.
my late husband who went to the house emergency room because he hurt his foot and he thought he might have broken it. And they took an x-ray. And when the x-ray came back, there was laying flush along the side of one of the toe bones was half of a sewing needle.
Oh, no
You could see
wonder.
the eye
Oh,
of the needle and everything. And they were all like, "Oh my God, do we need to schedule surgery and get this out?" And he's like, "The last time I remembered stepping on a sewing needle, I was about 7 years old." He said,
oh my
"It's been in
God.
there all this time. I think leave it alone is the best course of action."
Wow.
I was like, "That is just too funny." I mean, and you could see it just as clear as day.
Well, it
And I'm
reminds me
looking
of
at
when my
these
son was
needles and I'm
little and
thinking it looked just like that.
yeah, see? Don't show that card to your husband. But you know, you know what I mean, just the whole idea of it. But it reminds me that story reminds me when my son was little. I had this penny that somebody had drilled a hole in it. You know how you find these weird things, and for some reason he swallowed it. And so then I took him to the emergency room and the X-ray, and they go, "It's not a penny; it's got a hole in it." I said, "No, it's a penny with a hole." you know, all the weird things that. Anyway, the other card I got for Perrette was the Fool card. So here you got Jack Skellington, and he's
Ooh,
got his little ghosty dog there, um, along with the Fool. This is the Fool card, and it says it represents someone who's starting an exciting adventure. Jack Skellington, like the Fool, is enthusiastic and determined as he sets out on his ill-advised journey to take over Christmas. Channel Jack Skellington's childlike enthusiasm as you take your first brave steps towards something new. With limitless potential, there's no telling how far you could go. So I think that's positive, and it doesn't hurt, especially these days. I think there's a lot of reasons to think there's some reason to be aware of somebody sneaking. With just the way technology and stuff is. I don't mean anybody's targeted at you. I just think it's wise, but um, yeah,
we just
look
had a
how.
huge computer hack with our Department of Motor Vehicles down here,
Oh, geez.
where over 300,000 people had their information
Yeah.
stolen
Yeah.
off of the website before the securities caught
Yeah.
it and shut it down.
Yeah.
And it was like, okay, that's scary.
Oh yeah, it's happened here with hospital systems and everything. But I love how the dog, you don't see his legs because he's a ghost, but he's got his his little sheet on and his little
Oh
nose.
yeah,
But you're going to be going off on a new adventure, kind of into the woods, but it's going to be a good thing. And look at all the.
absolutely.
I also look at the similarities in these cards, the angular lines. You know what I mean? Like he's tall and skinny, and the needles and the trees and everything. So, and yet there's that happy little dog just floating along, and he's very fluid. In contrast. So, be the
Yeah.
floaty dog. That's
A
what I say.
floaty dog. I like that. Okay. And Beverly said thank you that she can envision him.
Oh, good.
So that's a plus in the right direction.
Yeah, and ask for
And then
somebody who's in your best and highest good. Uh,
Barrett says thank you. And
oh,
thank
of
you
course.
again to
Our
Juno.
pleasure.
So next up is Lady Silver, who would like a karma
Oh,
card.
she wants to know her karma for the. Okay, I gotcha. Just bear with me a second.
Let's see. Well, yeah, we're in the Halloween mood. Let's go ahead and keep going with the Halloween deck.
I love Halloween. I figure September is good enough to start. I don't wait any longer than September.
I've
So,
always loved Halloween.
Lady Silver's birth card is the Ace of Clubs, based on July 27th birthday. And so for you, your karma cards, it's one card and it's the Two of Hearts. So let's see what the Two of Hearts has to say. But I would say, loving partnerships. So that would be your karma card. Now, this could also be, you might find out that somebody whose birthday is, so that they're the Two of Hearts. And it's love and cooperation, relationship harmony, lovers, friends, and pairs. And your challenge, the challenge with a karma card person is the fear of being alone. So this is, this could be somebody that and this can also be a part of yourself also. Your own
Sure.
karma, like you might help you to understand your own relationships by looking at this card, which is what all these readings are about, is really understanding ourselves better and how we relate to others. So I would say, your karma has something to do with partnerships, a loving partnership with someone else. So you have to let us know if that resonates.
All right. And okay, very interesting here. First card I drew is Two Little Witches. It says it's time for a treat. And what the message is about this is, no, I'm sorry, I'm reading you the wrong one. Two Little Witches, okay. Which is magical space clearing time. I've got it backwards. And it says, make the mundane work for you. It's time to conduct house clearing, followed by a house blessing. Here's an easy pointer: new locations, either the smallest of changes for household objects or rearrangements of what goes where in your bedroom, or an entire move is very much on your mind when these twin witches show up with their brooms of power. If there's anything keeping you back from making that change, make small, useful, and symbolic gestures, like shifting the furniture or changing a color scheme of something.
Change your underwear.
There you go. That works too. Buy a different colored sofa throw and put it
Yeah.
over your sofa. You could change the whole room. And then the other one is the candy cane angel. And that's the one that says it's time for a treat. And it says it's definitely time to have a treat, to give yourself the thing you've been putting off until you have worked hard enough or saved enough money or done without long enough. It's time. You've done those things. You truly deserve some pleasure at this time in whatever form that you have been denying yourself. Don't rationalize it. Try to talk yourself out of it. Just go out, get that pedicure, that you've been wanting to get for a while, or go buy a new pair of shoes, or go get that, new car if you're wanting a new car. I mean, there's just, it's all kinds of things. But do something that's a treat for you and nobody but you. And remember that along with that, you want to clear that space, clear out all the old energy, bring in the new energy for your new stuff that you're going to do for yourself.
I
So
think
it
it's
all goes
interesting that I pulled the two of hearts and that you had the two witches on there, and then the hearts would be the second card that you did about self care, and so
exactly.
there's a lot of
Yeah,
messages in there for you, Lady Silver.
very much so. All right, let's see. Linda Ellison would love a karma card, please.
Okay, let's see what we got. Oh, her birthday's coming up right before Halloween. I don't know if I'll ever be so good as I'll know every card for every day of the year, but so you have to bear with me while I look things up. So October 27th.
Wait, say that again?
I don't think I'm ever going to have memorized the whole birthday chart to know what every card is for every day of the month, every day of the year. I don't think I'll ever be that.
I would think that even if you've done it for 50 years, you still wouldn't have it all memorized. I mean,
Yeah, it's a tremendous amount of.
that's a lot to.
But the more you do it, the more you work with stuff, then you remember. So she's
Exactly.
got two karma cards for Linda Ellison. They're both sevens. One is the seven of spades, which is your spiritual lifestyle, being accident prone, having body karma, having a fearless attitude regarding work and health. And the challenge is inner strength and recognition. And the other card is the seven of hearts, which is unconditional love, having faith,
It's
letting
a
go of
spade.
desires, inspiration, seeking answers, and the challenge is to develop a giving attitude. So, if you guys want to
Oh,
if you want to dig deeper on your own, I'm trying to figure out how to do this. This shouldn't be this hard. But if you go and Google, like Destiny card calendar or whatever, like birth cards, you can get it for free. Just go on images and you can find out what everybody's, but they're, does the whole calendar, and you can find out their card, and then you can see if any of your friends or relatives or anybody you work with or whatever shows up in these cards for you. And sometimes it's an actual person, and sometimes it's what's the words, not the words, the meanings behind the cards. So there you go, Linda. Lucky you. You got double sevens. I would go maybe buy some lottery tickets or something.
here you go.
Winner, winner, chicken dinner
And
or vegan dinner, whichever you.
when you win, we want 10%.
Nah, nah, just rub off on us. That's all.
That's it. That's it. Just teasing. I don't expect
Yeah. Oh,
anything
I
from you.
know. I know. I just,
Um, okay. Okay. All right. I wanted to read this because I've not pulled these two cards before. So the first one I pulled is called Lantern Fairy, a clear solution. It says a way through a life challenge will present itself. Stubborn thinking can be changed. Old patterns are being removed little by little, but will need trust. Old shielding against certain energies needs to be replaced and reworked, as it is no longer in line with what you wish for, and in fact may be proving to be a barrier which is keeping you isolated instead of protected. Very much what this supermoon coming up is going to be good
mm-hmm.
for. It's clearing all the crap out and getting everything reset. Um, and then I pulled Fairy of the Divine Hand. It says intoxication, distorted view, overindulgence. It says stop right now. Your intuition is sending you a very clear warning. A red flag has just gone up, and this is the time to stop, to look, and to listen before going forward. So, very interesting because this one is telling you take a pause, think of the hanging man, maybe. Take a pause and do some reevaluations. What needs to be dealt with, which is where this card falls right in line with the Lantern Fairy, which is doing that reset, clearing out that negativity, going forward. I think it very much goes with what Juno laid down because it's still having to deal with your spiritual life and
And
what you have to
unconditional
have
love,
faith in. Right.
and you gotta let go of stuff to make room for new good stuff to come in. And it's like what I found is just saying, oh, I let go of that or whatever isn't enough. you for the really deep stuff, you got to let it go to the point of surrendering it. And the more you fight it and worry about what'll happen if I surrender it, it's just holding you back. Just let it freaking go. I'm telling you, it makes. I've done it. Sometimes spirit will just bring you to that such a low point where you just go, okay, I just got to give it up because there's nothing else I can do. And you realize that's when you find out, like, you don't know spirit's going to have you when you jump until you jump. And then you
Yeah.
find out, oh, spirit did have me. Don't have to leap off the Grand Canyon the first time. Make
Yeah.
a smaller jump of faith, leap of faith, and go, okay, are you here? I trust you here from me, spirit. Don't say, are you here? But
Just
after they're
taking that
there for
first
you,
step.
thank them for being there and go, okay, all right. Like, it's like, okay, when you went to kindergarten, when you were done with kindergarten, you went to first grade. You didn't go back to kindergarten. You work
Right.
through the steps, so you'll gain confidence. And
Think of the Indiana Jones movie, the one that Sean Connery was in as his dad,
mm-hmm,
when they were in the place to go get the Grail,
mm-hmm,
and it looked like he was supposed to jump this huge cavern from one side
mm-hmm.
to the other, and it was just a matter of stepping out on a step of faith. And of course, when he stepped out, he didn't plummet to the bottom because there was actually a bridge there,
Yep.
but it was invisible to the eye the way it was set up.
Right.
And so it was all based on
Faith. Oh,
a leap of faith, a step
yep.
out of faith. Um, Hi, Kiba, welcome.
Hey, Kiva.
Um, and Lady Silver says, thank you. I plan on making more
There you go.
space so I can dance like no one is watching
There
again.
you
There you
go.
go, darling. And followed with, thank you, Juno. One of my major fears has been having been alone too long. I understand
Yeah,
that.
I know it is. You know what? But I would take off the too long. You've been alone, and it's an adjustment. And
Right.
it's, for me, the biggest part of it, the most difficult part is the fact that other people don't understand it. They got to have some attitude about it, or an
Yeah,
opinion, or well, you should do this. Or, it's like you're not in my shoes. You don't know what my circumstances are. And in light of everything going on out in the world, it works for me. And, make it a positive. Um,
exactly.
you
I have
know,
people, I mean, I've been widowed now for 22 years.
hmm
Last month would have been our 40th wedding anniversary.
Wow.
But yet I've been a widow for 22 years. And there's a lot of people that don't understand, especially my late husband's sisters, don't understand why I haven't gotten remarried. And it's like, I don't, I don't need to be married.
Yeah, did that, right?
Yeah, been there, done that. I married
Yep.
my soulmate, and
Yep.
we had 20 wonderful years together. I'm being awfully selfish to ask for a second go round. I mean, if spirit decides to send it my way, fantastic, wonderful. I certainly won't run from it, but I'm also not seeking it.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah. If you're happy in
perfectly happy with
your own
myself.
world.
I mean, I've got my brother, my son, my nephew, the dogs, the cat. I got enough people in my life to keep me busy.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. Well, I'd rather spend my time with spirit and all you folks. It's much more enjoyable to me, and I don't have to worry if you're wearing perfume or hairspray
exactly,
or Axe
exactly.
deodorant, or if you're
You come as
smoking or
you are.
whatever. We get along great. This works for, you know, those are deal breakers for me. So it's. we find a way. You're
Absolutely.
not alone.
Linda
If you
says,
think you're out
thank
there
you
all by
both.
yourself, if you're in this group, if you're in this community, you're not alone.
That's
We're
right.
all here helping each other. I've
That's
seen
right.
it so many times in this community how much everybody just pulls together and is supportive. You know, you have those days or something comes up and it's like, man, this thing happened. I need to reach out to somebody. And there's always somebody now you can text to, or you can get on a live chat and say, hey, everybody, this or that's going on, and you receive all this support. And I know the times when I felt most
And
lost
before you
was
know it,
years
it will
ago. And
spread like wildfire to all the other readers' chats,
right.
and then everyone will know, and
Yeah,
everyone,
and
when
they're
they see
praying for you and they're
you,
helping you and they're sent. I
that's right.
remember like when I didn't have anybody, a friend or anything that understood me or cared about me, and I felt that lack of somebody praying for me. And when you start having people praying for you and sending you good energy, you feel it, you notice it.
Oh, yeah.
And
Especially when there's no strings attached.
yeah,
Nobody expects
exactly.
you to behave a certain way, or
Exactly.
to
Or
dress a
how you
certain way,
dressed or whatever,
or to pray a certain way, or to, whatever, just whatever. I've had people say, well, can I pray for you? Can I send you energy? And I'm like, send it. Yeah, I'll take
Yeah, but
all
it's
of it.
nice to be asked. I think it's,
It
I
is
think
nice to be asked, but it's like, I don't care what form you do it in. If it's from your heart, then that's all that
right,
matters.
right.
You know,
Well, it's of the
um,
light, always the
exactly. And Linda Ellison says, thank you both, that she received all of that.
cool. Well, we're
So,
happy to.
last but not least, I've got Lisa Niedermeyer. She
Hey,
forgot
Lisa.
what her destiny card was, but she would like a karma.
Let's see what we. And thanks, guys, for playing
Um,
along and this learning more about the cards along with me, and it's fun.
and me, I'm digging out on all this stuff. I'm learning about stuff that I never in a million years thought I would be learning about. So, it's pretty cool.
It is, and it's something like playing cards are familiar to everybody, so that you already know about what the cards are basically, the numbers and the little tips on them and everything. But it's fun to learn more about them, I think.
Exactly. And I just think of all the people that I have gotten to know, the friendships that I've developed, from around the world. I mean,
Exactly.
somebody that's up in New York, and I can just pick up my phone and text or call, and there he is, what you need. And, or I can go online and, there's Juno right there. I can talk to her,
Yep.
tell her what's bugging me, and she's there with me, or
Yep.
she can reach out and talk to Danny, because,
Well, and a
they're
whole
for
bunch of people. There's a
a
whole
whole
network,
bunch.
and
Yeah.
we're all here to help each other and get through this because it's going to take a group effort to go through this ascension. You don't do this by yourself. So
That's it.
for Lisa, your destiny card is the Jack of Clubs, based on 325, and your first karma card is the Jack of Diamonds, the inspirational idea card, a good salesperson, originality, financially creative, and idealist. And the challenge is balancing spiritual and materialism. And the other card is the Ten of Hearts, which is the promoter's card, recognition in groups, social partying, independent, and the challenge is being self-seeking. So if you look at, he's not looking right at that diamond like the king, I think the one-eyed king looks right at the diamond, but he's focused in that direction. And with the Ten of Hearts there, I mean, those are really nice cards to have on either side of you as your karma cards. So if you're not involved in promotion or you're not a creative person, perhaps you've got people like that in your life around you. Maybe these people resonate with you. Jacks a lot of times are a younger person or a youthful person, usually male, but doesn't you know how it is with this is more androgynous than it used to be. So the Ten of Hearts would be like the Ten of Cups, so that would be family. So you might find that these people are related to you and your family somehow.
There you go. All right. First off, I pulled Marie Masquerade. Glamour, intrigue, drama. Boy. Um, says this Marie is very much like the famed Queen of France, Marie Antoinette. She is stylish and delightful, always finding new and fascinatingly creative ways to amuse herself. Um, let's see, what is the, I can get the page to turn. It says there is gossip and intrigue. Which way to do it? There we go. Gossip and intrigue around a person you admire and wish to be like in some way. This person has need of a true friend and not the need of an admirer. This card can come up when you experience jealousy and envy of those you feel are undeservingly more successful and beloved than you are. The message is to focus on your own hard work and to create your own style. If you are the subject of such gossip, know you cannot control what is said about you. Live your life and move through this with grace. When Marie Masquerade comes up, there are some people around who want to befriend another, but simply for the influence. It is not coming from the heart. And so, despite her beauty and success, anyone in Marie's position needs true friends. So, look inside and see if you have attempted to network instead of befriend and know what the difference is. I mean, we all, you know, are networking off of each other
No,
because it
always.
teaches us. So most times it's not what you know, it's who you know to get that
Right.
door open. But, and I've heard many celebrities say this whenever an interview person will, they make mention of the fact that they're lonely or something. And an interviewer will be like, but you're rich, you're famous, you're beautiful, you probably have men falling over their feet. And it's like, yeah, no, not, they just want somebody that they can have a relationship with. They're not looking for another admirer. Um, so try to be that friend, that true friend for someone else in your life. Um, whoever that person may be that gets brought to you, whoever it is that, and excuse me, you'll know. I bet you anything that name's already popped into your head of somebody that fits that bill. Just be offered to be a real friend and just make the offer and stand back. And when they're ready, they'll accept it. And then the other card I pulled was Fairy of the Highlands. It says it's time to be brave. Um, the time of truce is over. It is time to speak your truth and be strong. People have been taking over your ground, wanting what you have worked for without doing the work themselves. They have done so by taking advantage of your peaceful nature. Sad as it is time to change this, to cut away the cords between you and those who have taken too much, and now you will go into battle. The Highland Fairy is sad for you, but do not allow sorrow and guilt to neglect self protection. Honor yourself, raise your sword, and do not back down. And so, there again, it's the truth of a relationship around you. You know, be that true friend to someone who needs it, but don't be a doormat.
And he's got his sword here, that Jack. And I also was
There
looking
you
at this
go.
and going, hey, you've got blackjack here, 21. Time to buy a lottery ticket.
That's it.
I'm not trying to promote gambling
Absolutely.
if that, I'm just being silly, but I don't even buy them. Once in a blue moon, I'll buy.
The
Not
other
even.
day, I was like, I think I bought a lottery ticket a while back. I found the ticket. I don't know if it's one or not. I don't even remember when I bought it,
You have to look it
but I
up. You
knew I
might
had
be a
bought one a
winner.
while back. I usually forget. Um, all right. She says, "Oh my God, my toxic relationships are fading away now."
Good.
There
Mine
you
too.
go.
It's painful, I know, but it's good. It's better for us.
It can be very painful. Yes.
Yeah, I'm dealing with
Um,
that with my best friend. So,
very much so. Well, my dear, we've been at this for over an hour
oh my
already.
gosh, holy
I
cow!
know time flies when you're having fun.
No kidding.
And thank y'all for coming. We've gotten to everybody. Um, I don't think I've missed anyone, so the time to speak up is now.
And let us know, next time if you find these like with the karma cards, if you found a connection somewhere that you realize who that person is, or you've identified the situation,
Yeah.
let
That
us
would
know
be
if
nice.
it resonates with you. Be
And
curious.
I just remembered somebody had sent me a deck karma
Oh, look at
cards.
that.
I forgot I even had those, but they're weird how you read them. They don't like read like a normal deck. I
Uh-huh.
don't know. I'm gonna have
Can you
to.
pull one at a time? Is it that kind of a deck or no?
No, it's like you pull 3 cards at a time. Here, some cards are houses, some are planets, some are signs.
Oh,
And
cool.
then depending on, like, you pull this card, say this is one of the houses. So whatever the you would pull a planet card, a sign card, and then a house card. And so whatever, depending on what the question is, whatever the first answer is on the first card, you
Hmm.
would follow each card in that position
Oh, I see.
to tell the whole story.
Right. That's cool.
And yeah, it looks pretty cool. I just haven't quite figured out how to. I printed out an explanation worksheet on it. I forgot I had it and I haven't sat down and looked at it.
No, it all
But
takes effort. Like this is what I do from morning till night, 7 days a week, and there's always more to do.
exactly, and I'm in the process right now of collecting um, oracle card spreads for each astrological sign.
Oh, cool.
And so it's like I've got a couple of them now, and
I'll have to
and
see
so
if
I'm
I've got
working
any.
on, huh?
I'll have to look and see. I've got all kinds of different spreads. I'll have to see if I got any like that.
Yeah, I mean, it's just as I'm coming across different spreads that kind of jump out at me,
Hmm.
it's like, oh, that's interesting. Let me try
Right.
that one.
Yeah.
Um,
There's
and
so many
then,
layers to this. So no matter what level you're at when you're watching us, all of us were beginners at some point, and it's just through practice and exposure and osmosis.
absolutely,
It's just like with
um,
Jitsu. My first day, it's like going to medical school when you're taking the really intensive, like a 5 day class. But you think, oh, I'll never, this is over my head. I'm never going to understand it, whatever. But as you keep working with it and keeping exposed to it, like that's like now I can rattle stuff off.
right.
It's part of who I am now. And you get that way with the cards. It's just a matter of doing it. Even if
It
you're
was
only
like
doing it for yourself, just do it.
it's like being the new guy at work. You know,
Hmm.
you don't know where anything is. You don't know how anything is done.
Right.
And it's all a big learning curve. And then after a while, you've been there for so long that you do things without even thinking about it.
Yeah.
And just people automatically know who to go to. They'll know to come to you to ask certain questions because you're the one that knows that
Yeah.
stuff. So,
But like in
I know
Jitsu
with the
class,
horoscope spreads, when I saw this from Miss Tarot D, and I got to thinking about it, and I thought, yeah, I think I've got a couple of those already written down. And sure enough, I got like 3 of them, I think.
oh,
So
cool.
I'm like, oh, I'm gonna have to go and look and see if I can find a spread for each sign. And then that way,
Oh, I'm sure there is out there at least one,
that way I can share that information, and then if somebody wants a birthday read, a birthday spread done,
Hmm. There
I've
you go.
got the right spread for you. So,
Good job.
and just one other little thing that I've been slowly working on little by little, day by day. So
Well, I was going to say with, in Jinshin Jitsu class, like the 5-day class, the newbies and the most experienced people are all in the same class together. And the beauty of that is, sure, you're going to feel like you're over your head at some point, like, like new people coming into this, but then the more experienced people, help you along the way. And then they're learning because they're teaching you, like it's a big circuit. So just hang in there.
That's it.
Oh,
We
thanks, Linda. We
appreciate you too,
appreciate you.
Linda. So
Thanks
we
for being
do. I find it's a privilege that y'all allow me to dip into your energy
exactly.
and read for
Exactly.
you. Um, because in a way you're kind of opening yourself up. You're bearing a little part of your soul. And that speaks volumes in the trust level that you're willing to let us do that. And
Yeah, exactly.
a birthday themed tarot sounds nice. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm Magical Mermaid. Well, hello and welcome. You're a new name. Thank
Yeah.
you for coming.
I like that heart.
And,
That's cool.
yeah, I do too. That's really cool looking. Um, and Janet C is already doing our closures for us. Thank you for being here and supporting
I
both
I
channels.
showed this to Sherry earlier, but since we have the magical mermaid, I had just unearthed my own little magical mermaid that was in my box of goodies, and she's like a
Isn't
skeleton.
that cool?
Isn't
That's the
that
coolest
funny?
thing ever. You know.
She's carrying a little pearl, and she's got a little shell in her hand. It's hard to see, but
Yeah,
you can make
I
her out.
like it. That's so cool.
There she
And
is. There's
like I
so
said,
there's
I
another.
got that one set of for those of you who weren't here in the very beginning, I finally got a pair of gloves like Juno's.
Yeah.
So we started to go out with both of us in just our gloves. Um, but unfortunately, I think the pair that I got is actually children's gloves because
Yeah.
they were really hard to get on and I couldn't get them to go all the way up my arms like you're supposed to. So I'm gonna have to shop around and get another one and
I can
that's
send you
in
the
the
link to the ones I got if you want to
yeah.
see the
Send me
ones
the
I got.
link for the one that way I can get one that's a regular human size.
Yeah, and I did a lot of research on it. You know what I mean? Like I really looked to see because just for that same reason, make sure that I
there,
could tolerate wearing
there
them,
you
that they were
go.
big enough.
You got anything coming up this week, Juno?
Let me see. No, nothing scheduled. I know I'm doing something with Allie towards the end of September. Oh, with Joan, can't remember the date. Sorry, but I know like early next week, and it's after the first. For
Okay,
some reason,
cool.
the six is in my head. I don't have it right with me, but and I think it's at 2:30 in the afternoon with Wisdom Seeker Joan on her channel. So I'll get that put up on my community page. But you know, that's after Labor Day. Um,
Nice,
that's
nice.
our
Well,
monthly thing that we get together. And other than that, I'm you know working night and day to put out some new stuff for you guys starting in October. I'm really excited. So
there you go.
appreciate
Well,
all you
let's
guys being supportive and the good thoughts and just being here for us. We really grateful to all of you, and I hope you all stay safe and hope your weather stay. Hope you're all in a weather bubble. Like if it's going on around you, at least it doesn't affect
well, we
you.
got a hurricane coming now, so maybe it'll cool off and we'll get some rain.
Yeah, I was thinking about that, just so it isn't too
I was
much too
like, how
fast.
bad does it have to be when you sit and go, could you please send a hurricane this way? Please?
I
Let's
know,
get
I
some,
know. Hurricane would be nice, if you can, like all that. What the Lake Mead had
go from
dropped
one
so
extreme to the
low,
other.
and
Yeah.
then with all the rain they got in California, it's really brought Lake Mead back,
Oh, yeah. Wow. Was that wild or what?
and then Las
Um,
Vegas Strip, it was like a river that people got washed away and everything. I mean, it's just crazy. So I always ask for I want the rain, but not too much wind. Just not too much lightning.
just enough. Just enough.
Just right. No, you can stir it up, but don't no damage, please.
Yeah, exactly. Let's not be drowning to death here, or washing my house away in the process.
Yeah, there you go.
Um,
Or
well,
blowing my roof
Wednesday
off.
night is Sisters of the Mystical Tarot, so I'll be on with my sisters.
No, cool.
6 o'clock Central, 7 o'clock Eastern. Um, and let's see, this week, Allison Aries Girl Tarot, she's hosting this week. I mean, we
No,
all simulcast from our channels, but
right.
technically she's the hostess for this week. And then let's see. Next Saturday is the second. I'm doing a live on Heather Indigo Jaguar Intuitive Arts.
Oh, nice.
I'm going to be on her channel. And then um, later that day, I'm going to be live on Earth Spirit channel. It's a new person. She contacted me and said, I really like your channel and would you be a guest and collab with me? And I was like, yeah, sure.
Good job.
So we'll see what happens here. And then Sunday, I'm doing a pre-recorded show with Helen, Irish Granny Tarot. I always have so much fun with her. She's so sweet. And then later that evening, I'm going to be having the big 2-year anniversary, channelversary party for me and my channel for 2 years old, and all kinds of goodies and surprise guests and giveaways and all kinds of fun. I'm going to put everything out this week. So I'm trying to tie up loose ends right now, and so I can get a promo out there for everybody to look at. So if y'all got a little time next Sunday night, come pop in for a few minutes. And then that's about it for right now. I've got some stuff kind of percolating in the background further down the month, but I don't want to think that far ahead yet. So
Yeah, one thing at a time. That's a lot. You got a lot, and plus
yeah.
you work.
Plus I work. Yes, I still work full time. Plus I'm gonna be rolling out the membership and the Patreon page and
Yeah.
all that in September. I don't have actual release dates yet, but y'all will find out as soon as I do, because I'll be putting it everywhere. So
And keep your eye out, guys. I'm going to be doing 8 short video shorts on YouTube that, I think they're, what is it, 90 seconds or something or less?
yeah, I think they're
Or maybe
anywhere
it's
from
less
one
than a
to two
minute.
minutes, something like
I'm
that.
not sure.
Yeah,
Anyway, I'm going to be doing, getting those out this week. So keep your eye out for those. And then
cool.
when I get that done, then I can start my membership. So
Very good.
I'm excited.
I keep saying I'm gonna go in and do little clips and stuff from prior shows that I can then post as shorts.
Yeah. 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 It's a good
But it's
idea.
to have the time to do it and to sit down
Yeah.
and edit it
It all
and
takes time.
flip. It does. It takes time, and I still have a life to live. So
Yeah. Well,
bills to
appreciate all
pay,
your effort,
laundry to
Sherry.
do,
I appreciate all your
still
hard
got
work.
clothes to wash,
Yeah, exactly.
sick family members to deal with.
Yeah.
So
I don't know how you do it all. Well, and be safe
um,
with the hurricanes. When is that supposed to come through where you live?
they're talking landfall maybe around Tuesday or Wednesday, but
Okay.
that would be over on the Gulf side of Florida.
Right.
Right now, the cone of destruction, so to speak, is they're placing it anywhere between uh, uh, Panama City and just south of Jacksonville. So that's a pretty good stretch there, kind of right along that corridor.
Okay.
But if it gets sucked a little further west, then that
Yeah.
cone's going to shift, and that would include us at that point,
Right.
depending on how far west it shifts. And
I
there's
hope
a
at least you
couple of
get some
more.
rain.
There's a couple of more brewing out in out in the Atlantic, and
Yeah.
another. So there's one that's already a hurricane, but it's over on the Atlantic side, and it's looks like it's just going to be sucked right back out into the Atlantic. So,
Yeah.
but we'll
Well,
see
keep
what
me posted.
happens.
If you need anything, or you've got my number. So
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. And if it looks like we're going to be shutting down, like, okay, people, all businesses are closed, or like,
right.
they'll close campus and stuff so that everybody can go home and board up and sandbag and all that good fun stuff. And, um, yeah, you just
And tell
prepare.
me again the town you're in. I know
I'm in
you told me
Lafayette,
Lafayette. Okay. Yeah.
Lafayette,
Yeah.
just like the colonel or
Pirate,
the general or
the
whatever he
pirate or
was.
whatever.
Yeah, he was a pirate. He was like Captain Lafayette, General Lafayette. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. Something or other. Yeah, I'll remember.
No, I do not. Give me just like 2 seconds. Okay, we're gonna go because my son's got to leave for work and he's waiting on me to do something. So,
well, thanks as always, Sherry. I
thank
appreciate
you, everybody.
Love you guys. See you next time.
Love y'all too. Bye for now. Talk soon.